Have you ever noticed how seeing a familiar face can instantly make you feel calmer, even if you don't know that person well? Even if you haven't spoken in years? A familiar face can make a strange place feel safer, a stressful moment feel manageable, and loneliness feel quieter. But why does this happen? Why does your brain relax just because it recognizes someone? The reason isn't emotional, it's psychological, and it's deeply rooted in survival. Your brain is constantly scanning the world for uncertainty and potential threats, even when you're not aware of it. New environments, unfamiliar people, and unknown faces all require effort to process. That effort costs energy. When your brain sees a familiar face, it no longer has to analyze or predict. It already has information. This person is known. Their behavior feels predictable. The situation feels less risky. And because of that, your brain relaxes. Not because the person is special, but because the environment suddenly feels more certain. From an evolutionary point of view, familiar faces once meant safety. Thousands of years ago, being surrounded by known people increased your chances of survival. It meant shared resources, protection, and cooperation. Unfamiliar faces often meant danger. Even though modern life is very different, that wiring never disappeared. Your brain still reacts to familiarity as if it signals safety. That's why seeing the same coworker, neighbor, or even the same barista every day can feel comforting. It's also why familiar faces online or in media can feel oddly reassuring. Familiarity creates a sense of security, even when logic says there is no real threat. Psychology calls this the mere exposure effect. The more you're exposed to someone or something, the more comfortable your brain becomes with it. Not because it's better, but because it's known. Your brain prefers what it recognizes over what it has to evaluate. That's why songs you didn't like at first can grow on you, why repeated faces start to feel trustworthy, and why strangers can slowly begin to feel familiar. Your brain often confuses familiarity with liking, and sometimes even with emotional closeness. Familiar faces also reduce cognitive load. Every social interaction requires mental effort. You're reading expressions, predicting reactions, and adjusting how you behave. With familiar people, most of that work disappears. You already understand their tone, their expressions, and their emotional patterns. Your brain doesn't have to work as hard, which is why being around familiar people feels easier. Silence feels less awkward. You feel more natural and more like yourself. Comfort isn't always emotional intimacy. Sometimes it's simply mental efficiency. This is also why, when you're stressed or overwhelmed, you naturally seek familiarity. You rewatch the same shows, listen to familiar music, or reach out to people you already know. This isn't nostalgia, it's regulation. When your brain is overloaded, it looks for certainty. Familiar faces provide that certainty instantly. They act like anchors in moments of chaos, giving your brain something stable to hold on to. That's why constant change feels exhausting, while familiarity feels grounding. So when a familiar face makes you feel calmer, it's not because that person saved you or did something meaningful in that moment. It's because your brain stopped defending itself. Comfort isn't always about connection. Sometimes it's simply about recognition. And maybe that's why, in a constantly changing world, we keep returning to the same faces. Not because we need them, but because our brain does.